Everybody knows about Spider-Man's black suit, the symbiote costume gained on Battleworld during Marvel's 1984 Secret Wars comic series. No? What do you mean the symbiote came from a rock that landed on Earth? Stop thinking about Tobey Maguire for a second. Anyway, as I said, everybody already knows about this thing. Spider-Man's super convenient alien costume that allowed him to spin webs without using his signature web fluid. He could turn the costume on at an instant, removing the need to deal with putting on ridiculous spandex. It could take over his body in the night, allowing it to be Spider-Man even as Peter Parker was unconscious. Wait, that's not a good thing. Anyway, Spider-Man kicks the newfound symbiote to the curb.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael!
Peter then starts to wear his classic costume again, until Black Cat makes him a new, fake black costume.
But first, I've got something to show you.
Good gosh! Get away from that, Felicia! It's dangerous! How did it manage to escape from the Fantastic Four headquarters? I thought Reed Richards had locked that thing up for good.
Silly, this isn't your real alien costume. This is just an ordinary, everyday cloth version of it. I sewed it myself. It's so much sexier than your old red and blue long johns. Why don't you try it on?
No way!
But why?
I'm sorry, Kat. I know you went through a lot of trouble to make that for me, and I appreciate it, but I just can't bring myself to wear it. Except he does end up wearing it, and she even ends up making him 3 more. But anyway, I want to make this fake black costume. To me, it sounds like such a fun idea for a cosplay. Before, the black suit was a symbiote creature pretending to be a normal spandex costume. It makes sense that something like this would be devoid of seams, zippers, or any sort of normal traits any item of clothing would have. But a fake black suit, on the other hand, that would be a chance to make a black suit that looks like a tangible piece of clothing, incorporating things like black fabric paneling, visible seams, and sewn-on logos. I'm just sort of in the mood for making this sort of thing. For the black on this suit, I'll be using one of my all-time favorite black spandexes, Clear Dot Black. I've used this many a time before, on my Into the Spider-Verse replica, my Kane suit, and more recently, the Spider-Man suit in Spider-Man Ordinary 3 Part 3. I also, did a cameo as Johnny Storm in that. You should go look at that. And then for the paneling on the black, I'll be using this meshy fabric I found at Joann's. It's not too see-through, but I'll be sure to use it sparingly. And for the chest logos and other white pieces, I'll be using Clear Dot White, just to keep some texture and consistency with the previous patterning. The lenses I'll be using are from some old Spider-Man Zentai clone I bought off of Amazon, back in my younger days of cosplaying. I have a bunch of old lenses from these crappy suits. Who knows, maybe I'll be able to repurpose them someday. And with all the fabrics picked out, I'm gonna put this suit together lightning fast. That was pretty easy, huh? If you've seen my Spider-Man suit making tutorial, it can kind of give you a better idea of how this was done. I took my blank shirt pattern and sketched out how I wanted the front and back to look, and then I slowly cut out each piece of fabric needed to put together the t-shirt. I call it a t-shirt, it's not a t-shirt. And then I sewed them all together. I used blue seams for a lot of this costume, because I thought it would be a cool way to reference the classic blue shading that's usually seen on the black suit, while keeping it in line with the theme. Anyway, now that the shirt's done, I can reference that one Clayton Crane cover. I really wanted to experiment with a back logo that scales up the wearer's upper back. Even in the original sketches of this suit, the back logo was intentionally made as big as possible, with pedipalps that stretch all the way up to the neck. I might have gone a little too far with this, since the back logo is so big that it can be seen from the front. Anyway, shirt aside, I wanted to pay a little more attention to the gloves. The usual white hand patches, and some of that mesh black on the fingertips, only visible from the palm side. The boots are all Clear Dot Black, but with some special white insoles I found in some old shoes of mine. The black suit usually doesn't have white soles, but I always thought it'd be a nice way to bring some white down to the feet of the suit, seeing as the white is usually everywhere else. Plus, giving the suit visible soles really does add to the sort of actual costume theme I'm going for, which, you know, like, to be fair, is like my whole thing. Like, I just sort of make costumes that look like they can actually be made by Peter Parker. It just happens to be an excuse that I can use to make this black suit look homemade, you know, because there was a homemade black suit at one point, and you know what? I'm guilty, okay? This is just my usual suit making style, okay? But now I have an excuse to use it for the black suit. Fine. And with all that said and done, pretty much all that's left is to show you the suit. Would you believe that this is the only quiet spot I can find in all of the city where I could record any of this? Like, all the roofs I wanted to go to were taken. Like, every single alleyway was flooded with construction workers. I could barely even get over here. I'm sweating my ass off. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Okay.
I'm just getting a little video, my bad.
That's okay, I'm gonna take a picture. It's great. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Bye, you have a nice day. Thank you.
Amazing.
That's another suit done. Yay. Ugh. Well, yeah, now that the suit's all done, there's pretty much nothing else for me to do but just, I don't know, stand here next to it and tell you what other stuff I've got cooking up. I've bought the fabrics for my Andrew Garfield Spider-Man suit. I know what I'm going to be using, where I'm going to be using it, and it's on screen for you to see now. I want to try to get some more pictures taken in this costume at some point. So if you do want to see that, you can always follow me on Instagram, which I'll post them as soon as I got them. I have a Fortnite creator code, which is very popping right now because Fortnite is doing a brand new Marvel season. You can get the brand new Iron Spider skin, which looks amazing. I don't know if I'll ever do a video covering it because it's just one skin, but it's a great skin. You can go get the Deadpool and Wolverine skin. You can straight up just go buy the battle pass, but just remember, when you do it, please consider using code AmazingPSM. Yeah. Am I forgetting anything? You forgot to sell the merch! I am SSM, and unlike PSM and all these other cosplaying chumps, I am Spider-Man! SSM is not Spider-Man. He is a costumed roof runner. Ah, this hoodie remind you of anyone? It comes in black, navy blue, purple, and blue. That one's my personal favorite, but there's a whole bunch of other ones on the shop. You've probably heard this guy tell you about all these other items a billion times, so I'll just spare you the long explanation. Go to the store in the description to get some cheap Spider merch. And if you want something a little extra special, you can check out our Bomb Rush Cyberfunk mod. You can play as the original PSM, me, or the guy who recruited me into the, the Probably Spider Society. This guy, you know this guy. You saw him in the last video, the James Cameron video. You didn't watch that video?